3.
Okay, when we come out to get on the skid loader, the first thing we do is we walk around the skid loader to see that everything is kosher. There might be a kid in back playing in the dirt. There may be a bucket of gasoline. There may be who knows what in back of the machine. So you want to be sure it's going to be safe when you start up. Just give a general look at the machine as you go around. It's been serviced and it's ready for you to operate, but we never know. When we come around the tractor, then the first thing we do is we make sure that we get on safely. There's a footstep on the far side where John's at, and he likes to put the first foot on the step. He's going to reach up and grab the handrail and use the tire and the step to get in, and he's going to turn around and sit down in the seat. Now when we come over here, we'll watch him put his seat belt on. That means you have control of the machine. If you hit something rough, you have control of it. And you pull down the safety bar. Nothing will happen until you pull the safety bar down. You can't start it, you can't do anything. Okay, now we're going to look at the controls on the inside.
1.
For safety's sakes, first thing you do when you get in the cab is you set your mirror. First of all, you can see if anything's in back of you. And there's a person in back of you, so you know that someone's back there. And then the next thing we do is we come over to the control. There's the key. If we turn the key on, we have lights come on. Then 4 lights will go off. That means the glow plugs are on. And we have an oil pressure light and a hydraulic pressure light still on. At this point, we can crank the engine and start it. The oil pressure has come up, and so the oil pressure light has come off, and the hydraulic is still locked.
That's the parking brake.
That's the parking brake. We can't do anything. If we try to move the machine, it won't move. So while we're running, let's come over to the other side and look at the fuel gauge. We have fuel so we can operate. So let's go back over now and take the parking brake off. Push the button, the light goes out, we're now ready to function. If we should lift the bar that's in front of us, the light comes back on and the safety bar light shows. We put it back down, we have to push the parking brake again to be able to function. Okay, now we're going to go over the operational controls. We're going to turn it off so that we can be heard.
And so we don't run over ourselves while we're
trying to
while
do
we're
it.
explaining it. Okay, on the right.
Okay, so you're going to come out,
2,
right?
1.
Okay, now on the left-hand side is the motion control stick for the tractor. Forward is going forward. Backwards is going backwards. Let it go back to center. We go to the left, we turn to the left. Go to the right, we go to the right. And this is it senses how far we've pushed it. So the harder we push it, the faster it's going to turn, or the further forward we push it, the faster it's going to go. When we go in forward or backwards, there's a foot throttle on the floor. And it does nothing until you push the handle, whichever way you're going to go. Now on the right-hand side, is the control for the bucket or the forks out in the front. If we pull it back, it lifts it up. As we push it forward, it puts it down. As we put it back to the center and come to the left, the point of the forks come up. When we go to the right, the point of the forks go down to the right.
That's just the opposite.
Yeah.
We did that wrong.
We just did it backwards? Okay.
Back up and start over. 1.
Okay, now we're going to start the machine up, and what we're going to do is we're first going to demonstrate the boom and the bucket. But remember, whenever you turn the machine off, unless it's absolutely necessary for it to be anywhere else, it should be flat on the ground, so you don't run into it, trip over it, or whatever. It's a very unsafe situation to have it up. It catches and throws people. Okay, we're going to demonstrate the boom now. So John's going to start it. He's going to turn the key, wait for the lights to go out, then he's going to start it. Start it up. Now he's going to push the park brake, or the P button, so it can function. Now he's going to lift the boom. Notice he pulls back to lift the boom. Lift the boom. There we go. Now as he continues to lift it, notice that the tips start lifting up. So if he then rotates it to the side, he can maintain a relatively level platform for the bin appears to be on. As he goes down, he does it the other way. Now you see he's still pull up, but there he is, he's using it. Now he pulls back on the lever and off to the left, keep it level, and he just does the left gently so it stays level. Then when he comes down, he does it just the opposite. He pushes it forward to the left. Now don't do it, just put it down. Never mind. If he doesn't control it, it'll come down and stick the ends of his forks into the ground. So, and you lose the bin of pairs. Okay, now John's going to move it forward. Put the bin forks down a little bit more. Okay, now come forward slowly towards this. Now turn away from it. Okay, now turn back to it. Now back up. That's the operation of the forklift. Just have to practice it. Now he's going to drive forward and go into the bins. And this is the way you'll be driving this tender when you're servicing or taking care of this picking platform. You notice that there's a bar across it. That's the way the bins will be whenever they're in the row. So he's going to go in and pick it up. And you keep the bin as low as possible off the ground at all times. You don't want to go way up in the air with it. See, he's keeping it level. At this point now, he will probably have to back out of the orchard because he can't turn around. He's too long to turn around, so he will back out. He's got his mirror adjusted so he can see if anything's happening. He watches the foliage on both sides. That's the full bin. Now he's going to go out to the road. He's going to go out to the road and we're going to stop just right now. You taking it? Now when he gets out onto the road, he's going to have to position that bin so the bin trailer can pick him up. The bin trailer cannot go in the same holes he is. See the open hole? That's the way the bin trailer has to pick it up, through those slots.
The two holes down at the bottom that are empty.
Now he's going to turn it and put it on the side of the road. Either side of the road is fine. And he's going to put it down and back out of it. They want to be up and down the hill so that you can get to it. The next bin will go right next to it, in line with it. And usually they come off in sets of 4. Is the way the bin trailer picks them up. So you put 4 bins, and these bins have to be where traffic doesn't have to go by them. So he didn't put it in this row he came out of, because he's probably going to have to pick up another bin down there and get them and bring them out too. Now the tender is exactly what it says. It's like a skip tender. He's supposed to with that machine takes care of this machine. He brings it empty. Now he's got an empty. This is an empty he's picked up somewhere.
So the empty ones you actually approach from the side.
No, just like this.
Well, right, but not from the side, not from the front like you would if it was full.
This one always picks them up this way.
Okay.
The forks are the right spread, the right distance. It's narrower this direction. Now he's going to take the empty down the row and put the empty so that bar is facing the machine so it picks it up like on the picking platform. Tender's job is to make sure that this platform always has at least 3 bins on it, if not 4. 2 empties and 2 being worked on. Are you still running?
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing it. Turn around and put it right here.
1.
Okay, the tender is now bringing an empty. He's going to stop about that far away and put the bin down. And this machine is still going forward and we're picking pairs. The driver is going to put the front boom down fairly close to the ground so it's not pushing dirt. The tender driver is going to come forward and he's going to tip it back he's going to tip it back and let the driver drive right underneath it. Or if he wants to, he can walk it this way. Just don't get run over. Okay, now he's just going to tip it right over on the rollers. Lift up the back. Get it so it's locked on. He's now going to go back and get on his tender. Do what else he needs to do.
1.
Now the tender typically will gauge by what fruit's coming off the machine how many empties need to be in front of the machine. So this row here may have 3 or 4 empties in it. So that means that when he picks up a bin, he may say, okay, we're getting close to an empty. I need to get ready to put that empty on the front. He won't be bringing it in. It will already be in the row, hopefully. And so he will just go down the unused row and get to where that bin is and get ready to put it on the picking platform when it comes by. So basically, that tender, in this case John, is taking care of those 9 people on the picking platform so it doesn't have to stop more than it absolutely has to. So we get the optimum pear harvest off that machine.